It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
They go play action with Burrow. Wide open receiver, complete. A big play there on the first play of the game. 65 yards. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This is caught. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the
left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Come on. Hit. Let's go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Myles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
12, 12, 12. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Ready. Check, check. Check, hurt, hurt. Bring it. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy to try to tackle him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Ready, ready. 19 tight, 19 tight. 18 Rattler, 18.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. You talk about this Bengals defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Mustang 19. Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
First down. Here's Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
11 mighty, 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Stop.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jalen Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. And he's brought down.
First catch of the game by Higgins, and he's got his guys a first down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Cougar 19. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Buffalo 18.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time.
Here we go.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 60, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's got some space here. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball.
Ready?
But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
I'm one, ready?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go, here we go.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Burrow on play action. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game. For a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Lions. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
12,
now it's second and 10.
12, 11 empty.
Burrow looking to pass. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Ready, set.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
18, Pioneer. Ready, ready.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Daxton Hill able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be fourth down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. They'll try and throw for it here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Burrow. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
There's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Myles Murphy, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking downfield for Jones.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Stop.
Now they try the right side here.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy.
Here we go.
But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings.
Here we go.
The things that you have to do.
11,
late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Here we go.
They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McPherson on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 10.
Dragon 60.
Back to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. Still shedding tackles. And he'll be stopped in his tracks right at the 33.
Come 19. Come 19.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Bronco 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys,